Hello, podcast listener. Would you please put your clothing back on before you listen to this episode of JJ Meets World? Not because this episode has anything to do with that, but it just makes us more comfortable. You won't? Okay, we'll do the same. Enjoy this episode of JJ Meets World. And by the way, if you'd like to help support our podcast, visit jjmeetsworld.com where you can donate to our Patreon, pick up some killer swag at our merch shop, or click the link to Apple Podcast and give us a 5-star review.
1, 2, 3, 4. JJ Gordon, sort of like that Indiana Jones, in that he's always sniffing out his next adventure. Yes, he is. He's always interviewing guests so he can have them on his show and they can talk about pop culture, arts, and leisure. JJ has his flag unfurled and he likes his french fries curled, and he's fun and then he twirls as he goes to meet the world. He will march into the rain even if his ankle sprained. Take a peek inside his brain. This podcast is called JJ Meets World.
I want to talk about a board game that I played as a kid, and I played it with adults, and I played it with other kids. And as an adult, I feel that it is the equivalent of someone trying to impress me.
The board game itself?
No, like the act of the board game is someone who thinks they're better than me is the one who asked me to play this board game.
Oh, by the way, do you want to play Monopoly later?
It's not Monopoly.
I'm just asking you.
Oh, yeah, I love, yeah. Are we like the app one?
I do miss
Should we fire that
our
up?
Monopoly Wars.
It was fun during the pandemic, wasn't it?
And also because I'm better than you at it.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I taught you everything you know about that game.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
did you?
uh-huh.
Did I not know how Monopoly worked?
You did not. You did not know about that they call it first, second, third, and fourth
I'm pretty
Street?
sure I've smoked you numerous times.
Yeah, it's because I let you know all the secrets.
No.
Yeah, it is. And listen, it's great when the first mate gets to drive the boat.
When you and I
everyone gets
play, and you take a move, and I'm like, I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that.
How am I, of the two of us, the only one who has a WWF Wrestling Championship belt?
Yep.
That is now for being Monopoly champion.
That is called compensation.
Compensation?
Yep.
Are you saying that I am some type of soiled dove?
That's called getting a participation trophy.
Oh, no, because not everyone got it. Now, I'm the only person who got it, and I made one of my coworkers. One of my coworkers quit and cited that as one of the reasons that they quit.
Is the fact that they gave you a participation trophy?
No, is the fact that I keep bringing up how I beat them so badly.
You do have more Monopoly boards than I do. That's true.
And you know what? They are different. Like, it used to be that they just slapped some IP on a Monopoly board, but now they're being pretty thoughtful about it, with the exception of Fargo Monopoly.
Right.
Whatever gross, I think it's like the USA Monopoly brand, but one of them is they've got a thing like, it's one of the deep greens on 4th Street, and it's 23rd Avenue. And I was like, 23rd? Because, it's the Fargo Theater and... the
F5 Project.
Yeah, right, and other landmarks, Broadway, things like that. And I was like...
Go directly to jail.
Right. And I was like, 23rd Avenue, what is that? And so, I look it up on Google Maps. It's clear to me that what it is it was supposed to be 32nd Avenue, and they just swapped, the numbers around.
Next time you and I play Monopoly, let's create a house rule that once you're in jail and you get out of jail,
you have to pay the other player.
The other person gets $45 from the government.
Yeah.
And then you have to pay them for renting their property.
There's something about that feels like it might be kind of a good idea. Right?
Right.
And does it happen every time? Like, if you go to jail 5 times, are you now expanding how much you have to pay each time?
Maybe it's something where you need to find lodging, and you can only find lodging in one of the available hotels that's on the map. And if you don't own any of the hotels, then you have to turn to the other player who owns a hotel, and they get to decide which hotel you're staying in, which then decides how much rent you're paying to them.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
This is not the game you've been playing, though.
No. What if in Monopoly you had to register as a sex offender? If that was one of the chance cards, it's like, got caught on a black website, now must register. And what it is
Yep.
you only get $100 when you pass
Yep, your past as a Boy Scout leader has caught up with you.
I mean, you could make Monopoly so much more realistic, and people start to sweat.
Uh-oh, your name came up in the Epstein files.
Yeah, right? By the way,
what is the game you've been playing?
Scrabble.
Oh.
Scrabble is the I think I'm better than you game that's out there because it's about, I know so many words. I'm a master of letters. And it's starting to piss me off, like really bad. And Scrabble had a weird resurgence because do you remember Words with Friends?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Words with Friends is a digital version of Scrabble that exists for a while and is immensely popular, and people constantly cheated.
Yep.
So, like,
which frustrated me a lot.
Right, because when someone plays, like, San Antonius, you're like,
right.
BS, you do not know that word.
No.
You are full of it.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I would play dog. You know, like it seemed to work out. But Scrabble is something I've played, and I have 3 Scrabble boards at home. I have a super old school Scrabble board that, you know, like the pieces aren't even hinged together anymore. That's ripped, and so you have to push the 2 pieces of the cardboard together. And the tiles are well loved, and like they're pretty dirty because, you know, people touched them, been eating like barbecue meatballs and then touched their tile and stuff like that. But that one is the only one that's got like an actual like really nice cloth bag, like with this little singe top. And then I have from Scrabble's like 40th anniversary, this really nice board that's on like a Lazy Susan. So you can turn the board if you're playing. Each square has like a little raised plastic piece around it. So when you put a tile down, they don't move at all. Like they are locked into that space. It's much bigger. The tiles are bigger, so it's easier to read and to see. That one's really nice. And then it all fits into itself. But the bag is very chintzy. The bag that holds the tiles really feels like it might have been burlap at one point, just dyed that Scrabble red. And the last version I have is a travel version of Scrabble. Now, I recently bought another travel game that I think that we should play on air sometime. And I feel like we need to get a video portion for it because I was on a bus on my way back from the Twin Cities, and I stopped at the Clearwater Travel Plaza. You stop at the Clearwater Travel Plaza, Nelson Brothers, right?
Yep.
And it's 12:30 in the morning, and I'm not going to sleep because I'm leading a group of people, and so I want to, like, if someone needs to ask a question, like, I want to remain awake, right? And so my radio partner Amy and I are just cruising along, and I decided, you know what, why don't we play a game? And so I bought a travel version of Guess Who. Ooh. Now, have you seen the modern Guess Who?
No.
Okay. The pieces that we played with as a kid, gone. These are much more progressive in so many ways.
Okay.
Like, right? So, you know, there's a woman who's got, like, you know, the side of her head shaved, and she's got a purple streak in her hair. And, like, you're like... So the very first question that Amy asked me, because she went first, and we hadn't even talked about this, but she totally understood the assignment without it being verbalized, is she goes, does your person eat quinoa? And I said, yes, they do. And then I said, does your person say, listen, I don't mean to be a bitch, but... And she goes, yes, they do. And we started asking not the normal things, like, does your person have hair? Does your person wear glasses? We started asking these deep things, and on the very first round, we both nailed our other,
so
the person.
You confirmed you both have the same deep-seated biases.
Yeah, of like, you know, how a person, like, so I had picked this guy, and he looks like he works at a bookstore, but it's only temporary, but it's been temporary for 15 years, right? And I can't remember the woman that Amy picked for it, but like it got down to it, and I was like, okay, so there's 4 left on my board. I'm going to guess it's Janice. And she goes, absolutely. I'm going to guess you're Jamal. And I'm like, 100%. And we continued to play this, and some of the questions became so incredibly perfect. Like, does your person ask to speak to the manager, right? And I think that we should do that at some point with you and I, to be able to talk about, like, listen, just from judging someone by how they wear their hair, by the trendiness of their glasses, by the cut of their jib, could we tell who they are? And one time we went way off the rocker, and she was like, oh, I remember putting this one down when I had when I had asked you if this person has a Tinder account. And I said 100%. And she goes, I put them down because I thought she looks like she's married. And I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't, just because you're married doesn't mean that you don't have a Tinder account. She goes, I know. That was a fatal mistake. It was delightful.
That's one of those games that marked cards break the entire game.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that growing up with our copy of Guess Who is. We only could really legitimately play it as a challenge for like a week, and then some cards start getting bent up, and you start recognizing the creases, and then you know which person they have, or at least it takes someone off the board that you know isn't going to be
right,
because their card isn't marked.
Do you remember the Guess Who like commercial from our generation?
Vaguely, I'm sure
like,
if I saw it, it would come roaring back.
Like, do you guess? Why didn't they ever do a Guess Who? Maybe they did a Guess Who television or like show.
You would think it
with
would
like
be
a bunch of celebrities.
It
or
would
something?
be primed to be adapted for all sorts of stuff, right? You could do a
Right.
Batman one, and it's all Batman characters.
Right. I think that'd be a blast.
Maybe that does exist, and we're just not aware of it.
I mean, if not, let's get someone on it. I don't know who's producing game shows these days. Probably not Ellen DeGeneres.
You know who would be a great franchise to use for that?
The Avengers.
Yes, but where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I think.
Now, there's bad news about Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, you know.
No, what is it?
So, first of all, where do you realize that the Oregon Trail and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego were both developed in the Twin Cities by Borderbound?
Yep. Because one of the guys is in Fargo now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like one of them was like a social studies teacher.
Right.
And that's where they came up, which is genius. Okay, so the rights to Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego have kind of fluctuated around a little bit, right? Like different game developers have gotten different versions, and it's become something that's more. It's not as educational as it used to be, right? Then the TV show happens, and the TV show becomes a massive success, right?
Oh,
like that
yeah.
thing's a huge deal.
I was obsessed.
So much so that Good Night, Sweet Princess was given when the woman who played the chief died. Like, that was a big deal to me. But then Netflix got a hold of the rights, and so Netflix made a CG, like a crappy CG animated show that just wasn't very good.
And was that? So clearly this would be after Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego.
Yes. And so my understanding is that there's
Netflix did
intent
it.
to like make a live action film out of this.
Okay.
Where you follow 2 plucky gumshoes and they're trying to track Carmen across the world. But like part of the fun of that
I already
is like,
know my Carmen.
Really?
Anne Hathaway.
See, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And let me tell you why.
Okay.
Let me tell you why.
There's a bunch of good Carmens out there, but I think
There's a bunch of good Carmens.
Tina Fey would be a great Carmen.
I feel like Carmen Sandiego is of Latin descent.
Okay.
Right? Like, and not just because her last name's Sandiego, which means Saint Diego.
I always just thought that was like
the whale's vagina.
a nom de plume.
Nom de plume.
Yep.
So what do you think her real name is?
Oh, I don't know.
Because here's the thing. Anne Hathaway has proven she can't handle a heist movie twice.
What do you mean she can't handle a heist movie?
She can't handle a heist movie, and she proved it twice.
Heist movies cannot handle Anne Hathaway. So
No,
thus far,
no.
until this one.
Okay, name a movie where she's a thief.
The up and coming Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, directed by Tucker Lucas.
I'm telling you, name a movie where she plays a thief.
Because Batman. What is that one even called?
Yes,
Batman Rises.
No. Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises.
And she was so good in that it took you a while to even come up with the title.
She's one of the best parts of it, yeah.
Oh, what?
That's a bad movie, but that's not her fault that it's a bad movie.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yep. Princess Diaries, that's a
not a
heist
heist movie.
That's a heist movie.
No, it's not.
She goes to England.
It's not England.
She steals the crown.
She's not the Queen of England.
No, this is the Princess Diaries. This is the first one before they did the American remake.
Okay.
And she goes to the UK. They used the same cast and everything. It was amazing how they did
right,
it.
Okay.
This was before that they were doing American versions of stuff. And it was a heist movie.
So she's already in England, and she becomes the Queen of England.
She steals the crown jewels, and that's how she does it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mistaken identity because you've got the crown jewels. You must be the queen. Yep. It's really good.
So why isn't it called the Queen Diaries?
What's that?
Why isn't it called the Queen Diaries? If
Why
they're
is it-
like, you've got the jewels, you must be the queen.
Because the story was revealed when they found her daughter's diary. So it was the Princess Diaries, and we found this just like Anne Frank. We found Anne Frank's book, and that's how we know this happened. We found her daughter's diary, the Princess Diaries.
So you're saying that the Princess Diaries is loosely based off the Diary of Anne Frank?
I would say it's more of a direct adaptation. It's not loosely based, but instead of Nazis, they're just...
It's Hector Elizondo?
It's modern-day Nazis.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Which we know quite a bit about these days.
Quite a bit about these days.
She also is in...
And it's got that great titular line where it's like, how did you find out about this? It's like, well, I just spent a weekend reading the Princess Diaries.
It's weird, too, because you're not showing ownership to her. It's not the Princess's Diaries.
Right.
It's I read the Princess Diaries.
Right.
Meaning that you could have read any princess.
But it's the princess. I mean, when you're in England, you know which princess you're talking about.
Sure, yeah.
For sure. It's Anne Hathaway's daughter.
I also, they're talking about making another one of those. For real, like in real life. And I would love another Princess Diary. Although the problem is that it would have to be where Julie Andrews is dead.
Are they going to do it as a continuation of the original British one or of the American remake? Both of which have the same cast.
You know what? Here's the thing.
Which
they're going to
continuity is
follow
it
the
tying into?
Yugoslavian.
Okay.
Like, the fairy tale that
that's
it was.
a nice twist.
Right?
That's a nice twist. That's smart.
Because for those of you who don't know, there's the British one, and then there's the American remake, and then they made the Yugoslavian version.
They've been franchising them out, kind of like The Office.
Right, exactly. They wanted everyone to be represented.
Yep.
All the princesses.
Yep.
And what's interesting in that one is the princess starts, a modeling career, but she's modeling footwear, and she's kidnapped by the Tsar of Russia because he is into feet.
Yep. Not a lot of people know this, too. That was Ryan Coogler's first film.
I didn't know that. His first one?
Yep.
But he didn't direct it, though. He was just like the cinematographer,
No.
right?
He directed. He was like 10.
Really?
That's how good that guy is.
He really can handle stuff, huh? That being said, I did not think Sinners was as great as everyone else thought it was this last year.
I haven't.
Have you seen it?
Nope. I still haven't seen Superman.
Okay.
I go home, the last thing I want to do is watch like a movie or something. I don't know why that is. Because that's not me. I love movies.
You want to watch your fish.
I want to watch my fish. I want to watch my cats. Do other stuff.
Hold on.
I
got this for you. Hold on. Wait.
You've got something
ready for
me.
this?
I am. I'm ready.
Is it me? Is it you? No. Yes, you. Guess who is a mystery? Did your person wear a hat? No. You're history. But I'm still here. Did you guess who? Does your person have a beard? Uh-huh.
You're out of here.
Did you guess who? Do you have a clue? Does your person wear glasses? Yes. I'm gone.
Me too.
Did you guess who? Not you or you. You're Sam. You win. Let's play a game. Did you guess who?
Guess who? Game cards do not actually talk.
Game cards do not actually talk.
One of my favorite memes was, does he look like a bitch? And it's someone playing that against Jules from Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yeah?
And he's asking, does he look like a bitch?
I mean, here's the thing. When you look at a lot of those faces, like, there's a certain type of man that is being depicted over and over and over again. And it's very reminiscent of a band teacher that I had at one point in my life. Board games have been something that, like, we're in a board game renaissance right now, right? There's probably more board games being produced right now than there ever has in the history of mankind. And Kickstarter has really helped that. Several times over, previous guest Phil Goodell has spent the equivalent of being able to have a girlfriend on board games. And he tells me all the time.
Fair trade.
He's got like 3 rooms that are full of board games. The worst thing that could happen to Phil's entire world is if there was a small fire in Phil's house and someone like put it out with a hose, he'd be screwed. I'm surprised he hasn't built like a safety room for all of his board games.
What's the best game that he plays, that he has, that you've played with him?
Okay, I think that is up to you. There is one that
I'm asking you your opinion.
I know. There's one that I really would like to play that's called Viticulture, where you are competing winemakers.
Interesting.
And like part of it is you have to accrue like the people to pick the grapes, and you have to like, you know, like, oh, what type, and like the, you know, how you do this. And then like there's the actual like pressing of the wine. And he's told me about it several times. I'm like, that game sounds really interesting. And then they've got another one that's a ripoff of that where you are like you've got birds, like it's whatever bird, like
you're bird keeping.
Yeah,
like you've got pigeons in a coop.
Yeah, but like
cage.
like better birds, like nice birds, like big wingspan.
Pigeons are nice birds.
Pigeons bring disease and death.
So do big birds. So do vultures.
Yeah, but the vultures show up after you die. Is that a true thing? Do vultures, like if you saw 3 vultures in the sky, would you assume that there's like a dead cowboy on a roof somewhere?
That would assume there's a dead thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Did I show you the picture of that bird that I found when I was walking one day?
I don't think so.
Hold on.
I feel like that would come right into my head.
Do you remember my picture of a bird? Let's see if it'll pop up if I search bird on this. Yep, sure is. Okay, I'm going to send you this. This is like a turkey vulture, and I was walking my dog, and I found this turkey vulture on the ground. Now, here's what's interesting about it. It's the whole bird. It looks like it had a heart attack and just fell out of the sky, right? So it's the whole bird, and it's huge.
Whoa.
Right? It's a huge bird.
That is a turkey vulture.
And
for sure.
I was like, it's not like an animal had gotten it, although there were a ton of feathers somewhere.
It looks like it died mid-flight.
And then just plop. So these are the things I came up with. Maybe actually, you know what? When I found this bird is I was on my way. I was walking to the downtown pool.
Oh.
To check it out, to see if I wanted to go pool.
But you got birded instead.
And I saw that dead bird. It looked like maybe like the bird had been on like an electrical wire and then suddenly got shocked and then just fell.
Whose job is it to get that bird? I'm guessing it's the city or something.
Like city sanitation, but like police will also do it. They'll collect something and throw it away. But really, it depends. This bird was on the berm. Okay, it was not in a yard. Okay. I think if the dead animal is in your yard, it is now your responsibility to take care of it.
Okay.
Do you have dead animals in your yard that you need to take care of?
Not that I've noticed.
So, like, if you ever find like a dead mole, just kick it onto the berm, and then it's somebody else's
There was
problem.
a summer where I was finding dead rabbits all the time, and really? I think one of my neighbors was poisoning them.
Oof.
Because they had a giant vegetable garden in their backyard, giant, and suddenly like all these rabbits just start falling over dead near my place.
Was your neighbor's name McGregor?
No.
Oh,
yeah.
That would have been much better.
Yeah, no.
And then it was Peter Cottontail who's getting out there.
Yeah, no.
Did you ever read Beatrix Potter's Tales of Peter Rabbit?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a long time ago.
So there used to be like a little golden book animated version, but it was done in that way where like it was just essentially like a slow zoom on the pictures from it, and then maybe like a slight like variation in movement.
Low budget animation.
Mm-hmm. But the guy who played Mr. McGregor is terrifying. The story of that, okay, the reason Peter's mother says you cannot go to Mr. McGregor's garden is because Mr. McGregor caught Peter's father and put him into a pie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it'd be like, Tucker, listen, you can't go to the family fair on University because your dad was murdered there and sold his ribs.
Yep.
And you're like, you know what? I really need some popsicles.
Is old man McGregor caring for a family, or is he just by himself?
You know, that's a good question.
Is he hoarding carrots by himself?
I don't think you ever get to meet Mrs. McGregor.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a good question of like, is this man lonely? Like, did he make some catastrophic mistakes in his life? And so he's put everything he has into this garden. And so that's why he doesn't want anything to go. And at the very end, don't forget. So Peter has little shoes and a little jacket and some pants, and one by one he loses like his jacket and his pants. And the guy who does the voice work in this, the voice is Peter, like, oh no, oh, like it's so good. I can vividly remember it. But he loses all these things, and then the next time he goes by Mr. McGregor's garden, he's buck naked. I mean, he's got fur, but he's buck naked, and he sees that Mr. McGregor turned all of his clothing into a scarecrow. It's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
It's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm going to end up in a pie. And he ends up in the potting shed at one point, and he's terrified in the potting shed. So we had this little tiny, like, shed that used to be an outhouse that we had at my lake cabin, and I never wanted to go in there because I was worried that Mr. McGregor was going to put me into a pie.
What do you think happens when Farmer McGregor meets Farmer Maggot?
He's not a farmer.
Old Man McGregor? You don't think he's a farmer?
And he's not. They don't call him old man. They just call him Mr. McGregor. Mr. McGregor's garden is what they call it. So at what point does it go from a garden to a farm? I don't know that. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'm guessing that the U.S., like the USDA, has a very fine, like, you know, like line that says, nope, you don't get subsidies because you're a garden. Mm-hmm. But you can have subsidies because you're a farm.
It's possible that Old Man McGregor, his livelihood,
please stop calling him old man.
Has been crushed.
He could be 42 years old.
Has been crushed. That's old.
I'm 42.
Yep.
You think I'm old?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm going to go out and buy a skateboard after this. Actually, what were you asking about Mr. McGregor? And also, call him by his Christian name.
I'm worried that he's been affected by corporate farming, and that's where he's at. And, like, this is all he's got left. And Peter could be going to a... by the way, I had a rabbit named Peter who I named after Peter Cotton. I bet Peter is the most common pet rabbit name in the U.S.
Oh, without a doubt.
Nothing even comes close to Peter.
Okay, hold on. So there was...
Mr. Pete.
Oh, God, yeah, this is the one. I mean, he looked... I know I said don't call him Old Man McGregor, but he certainly is depicted as an old man in almost everything, except for a movie called Peter Rabbit, where Domhnall Gleeson portrays him from, like, Star Wars,
when was this
amongst
movie?
other things. The Peter Rabbit movie. Okay, hold on. Wait. Starring Domhnall Gleeson, came out in. Oh, it said 2012 through 2016. So it looks like there were various. There were a couple of them.
You know who I would love? Who I would cast as Old Man McGregor?
Please stop saying Old Man McGregor.
Major Dad.
Just from, like, Deadwood, like
just
the
think
version of him where he plays from Deadwood.
I think he'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good actor.
Yeah. I don't know his name, but it's Major Dad.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he'll always be to me.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, aren't we primed for, like, a reboot of the Major Dad series?
Makes sense.
I
Makes
love
sense.
that.
Yep.
I had a big thing happen this week. I registered to be included in the lottery for tickets to the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles.
Oh.
And I actually took some time off of work so that I could be there at the moment you could register, because I was told that if you register right away, your chances are better than if you wait till later.
Sure.
So I registered, and they wanted, like, essentially the registration is for this. They open a lottery, and then they give you a window to go in and buy tickets, and you can buy up to 4 tickets to each event. And you could buy 4 to every single event.
Uh-huh.
And they're reasonable. Like, a single event is like $28.
Okay.
Which, you know, if you went to 100,
that's great.
Right. Like,
yeah.
But, like, a single event means, like, you're watching, like, USA
Pole
versus
vaulting
Canada pole vault.
got
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Got it.
So, like, a race, you're going to see multiple, you know, countries. But, like, if you go to sand volleyball, you might only see 2 countries.
Got it.
Or they break them into sessions, and so, like, you could watch 8 countries compete, but it's over the span of 4. Anyway, so they give you a window of time, and so your lottery is about where your window of time is. Obviously, if it's closest to when tickets go on sale, you have the most chance of getting the event that you want. If it's later on, it's not. But, like, hey, we'd like to know your top 4 events, just out of curiosity. So I started looking at the Summer Olympic events, and here's the thing. I would love to attend an Olympic Games once in my life. I think that it is just something that seems really cool, right? Like, it just seems like it'd be really cool. And so I put table tennis as my first, because I think that'd be a blast to watch that. Beach volleyball versus, like, just volleyball. And then I chose skateboarding.
I didn't realize skateboarding was an option.
There's 2 versions of skateboarding.
No kidding.
There's, like, freestyle outdoor, and then like track skateboarding.
Oh, I wonder how many countries compete in that, in the skateboarding.
Well, if they were a country in the 1980s and they had a GDP that was greater than $2 million, they probably had some skateboarders. I think it would just be a ton of fun to go to that. And I mean, it's the closest that the Olympics have been to me in a time when I could feasibly travel to it, right?
And this is 2020...
2028.
Okay.
Which is, 2 years from this summer.
Yeah.
No problem, right? I really think it'd be a blast. I would love to go to the Olympics, and and you know me, I get into a crowd hype like there's no tomorrow, and so USA, and I'll buy the Ralph Lauren outfits that they're having.
So if you win and you get to buy these tickets, are you going to be doing research on the athletes going up to it?
Absolutely.
So obviously you're cheering for the flag, but then are also like, oh, that's this person, and they ran this out of this.
Let's say that I think the cool thing is you can support athletes from other countries, right?
Right.
And so you don't have to automatically be on Team USA for everything. It would probably be nice for you to cheer for them a little bit and be like, hey, go for it. But, we probably know that Team USA is not going to take home the gold in sport X because we've just never been great at it, right? So being able to find out about some of those other athletes and cheer them on is really awesome.
I remember, I don't remember what year it was. It was in the what years the Olympics landed on in the 90s. But I remember one of my
like winter or summer.
I can't remember. It was just in the 90s and I say that because I have a memory of one of my elementary school teachers, maybe Mrs. Mund in second grade. I could be wrong. Tracking everything on this giant chalkboard, including how many medals the U.S. has, how many blah, blah, blah. I remember that being a huge thing, showing up and seeing we'd won more medals and be like, yeah, whoa, it's us.
Is that great?
Yeah.
There's something really fun about that, right?
Yeah.
And there's something fun about kind of learning about some of these athletes. They say that there's a chance Lindsey Vonn will be. Well, no, Lindsey Vonn for sure is competing in the Winter Olympics this year, and she's the oldest female competitor in her like downhill skiing competition, I think.
Where are those being held?
Though in Italy, in two different places, like in Milan, and I can't remember the name of the other place, but so there's some travel in between those two places. But if you ever go to Salt Lake City, you can go up to Park City where they had the Olympics, and a lot of the stuff is still there, and they do tours of hey, this is where the Olympic Village was, and here's the ski jump that's still there. Have you ever heard the story of Eddie the Eagle? Mm-mm. So there's this dude in England, and this is mid-'80s, and Eddie wants so badly to be in the Olympics. That's his dream, but he's not a very athletic person. And so he's tried out for a bunch of stuff, and nothing happens. And then he finds a loophole that nobody in Great Britain competes in the long jump for skiing. And so he decides, I'm going to do that. I'll sign up for it. And they're like, well, you can't just sign up for it. You have to have a prelim. And he goes, okay, we'll do the prelim on this day. So his jumps are pitiful. And he hurts himself a few times. But because he is the only person and they do a prelim and he's the winner of the prelim, he has to go. And so this guy held the English world record for long jump being it'd be like if you decided tomorrow to be in the long jump. They made a great movie out of it that Hugh Jackman is in, that tells the story, because Hugh Jackman was this really accomplished ski jumper who teaches him how to do stuff, but he's an alcoholic. He's washed up.
Right.
I love a washed up athlete. Oh God, it just lends itself so well. So I'll let you know if I end up going to the Olympics in Scrabble. That's going to wrap it up for today's show. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to help us continue to produce new episodes each week, visit jjmeetsworld.com, where you can donate to our Patreon, pick up some swag at the merch shop, or follow our link to Apple Podcasts and leave us a 5-star review. You can also follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all the sites the cool kids are using these days. JJ Meets World is produced every week by Tucker Lucas. You can find out more about Tucker's work by visiting moonbasemaria.com. If you want to get in touch with your host with the most, check out linebenders.com, where you can find direct contact info for JJ or booking information. We should not have recorded this in a public library. Everyone's staring at me.